Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Skyrim Special Edition. So, we are now ready to do the Dragonborn DLC, which we've done 2 steps. We found out who sent the cultist and read the cultist orders, and we need to now travel to a completely different area. Look at that fish just jumping through the boat. Buggy game. Special Edition didn't fix half... I don't think it fixed any of the bugs in the game, honestly.
You're looking for passage to Solstheim. Too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Darn it. What happened? Why won't you go back?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. That's not right, losing whole days like that.
Interesting.
There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Yes, you are. You're taking me to Solstheim. Just...
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
Let's see if my persuade is high enough. You owe me. The cultists you brought here tried to kill me.
Alright. You have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
So it's just taking us to a completely separate section of the game. Has nothing to do with the main area. We will see this cutscene and then see where it puts it on the map, and as we're looking at the island,
here we are. This is Raven Rock.
I thought there was already a place called Raven Rock.
Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
Maybe there's a DLC called Raven Rock. I mean, an achievement that mentions Raven Rock. We did all the Dragon Lord and Werewolf stuff, spent a couple extra hours trying those gameplay styles as if it was actually something that you could actually use and play as, and in the end the answer to that question is a resounding no. You can't play as a Dragon Lord, honestly, and you can't play as a werewolf. You can maybe occasionally bring it out. We are in just a completely different area. So, whole new map, very, very reminiscent of the island section in The Witcher 3, the worst part of The Witcher 3, because in The Witcher 3 there was multiple islands, and you ended up getting in boats a lot and wasting a lot of time and grinding a lot. Let's see, if I click this, I can just fast travel to Skyrim. We'll just say no to that. And then local map, and there's no other way to see the map, so we can kind of ignore all of these quests completely, because even the only thing I could even make any progress to is maybe get some dwarven cogs, maybe find some stones of bears in the but no, none of those will be in this area, because this was a main game quest, so they wouldn't move things into an area I didn't know of. I could see if I could summon Duravar and Tamriel, maybe, but probably not, because I already tried that and it didn't work. I could find Arvik's soul in the Soul Cairn. No, I can't do that. Steal the mead. No, I can't do that. I can get Jazzbay berries. That's it. That is the only thing we can do. Get Jazzbay berries and cogs. Otherwise, we're just doing this DLC section. And this clearly feels like, before we've even started, if they had released this as its own separate game 2 or 3 years after this came out.
State your intentions.
Outlander. I'm looking for Merak. Do you know him?
Merak, I'm not sure. But I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Rydo. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws.
Oh yeah, what are your laws? Raven Rock is purely a Dunmere settlement?
Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Rydo took over, we turned it around and it became ours.
Interesting.
And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern.
Okay.
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of trouble.
I don't know what Blacklight is.
All we've been through together. I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down.
Now, I think Morrowind was the previous area in Elder Scrolls 4. Maybe even Elder Scrolls 3. Like, yeah, I think Elder Scrolls 3 is called Morrowind, isn't it? So we're going back to an old place, or a place that's at least in the country of a place we may have visited in a previous game before. But time seems to go by. Seems like at least hundreds of years pass between each Elder Scrolls game. So everything can be updated, changed, and you don't really have to worry about issues like that.
Councillor Morvain is House Rydo's representative on Solstein. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
What is the city of Blacklight?
Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors.
So it's a completely different island.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmer needlessly lost their lives. Many more.
Dunmer are the Dark Elves like him, I guess. And see, this Merak, he seems to be some kind of magician that can control minds. So either he's a vampire that can make them thralls, which it doesn't seem to be the case, or he can do some magic to obscure their memory, illusion magics.
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. I'm not sure what.
Like...
Giolan. I was starting to wonder what happened to.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even ask, yes, and the supplies you requested.
Let's watch this.
But what?
This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jolland, you know we don't have that much product.
The East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They raised their prices again. And there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have.
Drake.
Let me talk to Laryl. I'll see what we can do.
All right, then. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
Let's see. And I can't offer him money.
As long as you abide by our rules.
Let's talk to this guy.
I've been a northern maiden across the Sea of Ghosts. For nearly 20 years now. Might be time to find a new home port, though. The way things are going around here.
What gets me is that some of these voice actors sound so familiar. I'm starting to wonder if they were in Witcher 3 too. One second, I'm gonna cough. I have a tickle in my throat again. You know, that mute button gets a lot more use than I thought it would when I upgraded my microphone to a, what is this, Yeti, Blue Yeti microphone. We've got a lot of smog covering up the map, which is not helpful at all. And I'm noticing a ton of mountain ranges, so this might very well prove itself that there's maybe a giant cave system under here, or several caves that are not connected, but for the most part we're not probably going to go at the top of that mountain, and then we would only be using half of this area, which would make for a pretty small land. But I have no idea how this is going to work out. I have more than enough gold. I could have paid for any cost or expenses. Let's see, Ancestral Tomb. We have guards. The Marvin Manor. Let's see what this is.
You lost.
I thought I would talk to you.
On behalf of House Redorin and as Counselor of Raven Rock, I bid you welcome.
So he's the Jarl. Wow, we just made it in here.
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
Interesting. So Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island, apparently.
Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and weaklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
So, what happened to the mine?
It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago.
So, he's
Now,
cast a spell and he's stealing from the mine.
Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer.
Interesting. Maybe he's trying to get rid of everybody.
You've never heard of House Redorin? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redorin.
So any of them could be potentially working with or led by Miramac. And maybe we'll get the opportunity to put one of the other people in charge. Obviously the rich are in charge here, is what we're getting out of this.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes.
Sounds complicated.
To someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
Do you know this guy?
Do I? What a strange thing. It sounds so familiar, and yet I cannot place the name. I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
So I can read these books, but I don't want to steal them.
Anything you can contribute to Raven Rock will be greatly appreciated. And rewarded appropriately, of course.
We have several
May I have a word
named
with you, Counselor?
Of course, Sindiri. What trouble?
named
I was
potions.
concerned about our food stores. Jalan can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak.
And they stop talking when
See
I
if we
pick up
can't
a book.
increase the crop production in this season. Sorry, Sindiri. I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
And picking up these books is not really doing me any good. Because I'm not going to steal them. Let's see. Can I give
Whether
you
you're
some
simply
money?
visiting or staying here,
They all need money,
you'll
and
find our citizens
I have
welcome you with open
an
arms.
a
As the right
practically
citizen,
infinite
you look
amount of
able
money.
to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost. A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived. Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that.
So we'll get another
The damn
quest.
thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine? One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you.
Counselor,
if you
I'm
find
afraid
my
there's been
folio.
another ash spawn attack at the bulwark.
As if we didn't have enough to contend with already. How many did we lose this time?
Fortunately, none. Captain Veleth was able to drive them off almost single-handedly.
I don't know what we'd do without him. Send him my thanks.
Boy, I'm getting a lot of information here.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws. Otherwise, you'll answer. to the
And
Redoran
here's
Guard.
an enchanting station, which
How much
we
longer
might
do you
find
intend
some
to
new
serve as a
enchanting
shield, Admiral?
things.
The Redoran Council tasked me with keeping Laeral alive, which I've done without question for over 100 years. He's the closest thing I've had to a brother. And we all
If you're looking
owe
for
him our
supplies,
lives.
talk to Fethis.
Am I to suddenly
He'll set you
turn
up
my
with
back?
whatever you need.
I'm sorry, my love.
So
You intend
that's
to
the
walk to
husband.
Solstheim, and do so at your own risk.
And so that first quest of investigating the shrine is skipped now. So we can go investigate the shrine probably just for the fun of it, but it's kind of a weird turn of events.
You haven't seen Crush's Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Wow, the fuss of our
No,
pickaxe.
no, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Can't you just get the guard to find Crush's?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if
Okay.
you see Crush's, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Okay. And there's the shadow mark on your door. What's a shadow mark?
Well, well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here.
Ah, he's
So
an
tell me,
assassin.
How's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
He's well.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine?
Interesting.
Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone.
Interesting. So maybe there's a companion guild and a thieves guild and a mages guild also around here.
Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
The thieves guild has a problem out here? Okay, so he's a thieves guild guy.
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
He stole something from you?
Right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
Interesting new quest. How'd you end up in Raven Rock?
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armorsmith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
So this is the crafting abilities that we've seen for a long time, but been unable to craft anything bone mold out of. You need to make the neck leather.
To crack Stalrim is what it is.
Interesting.
Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Is Stalrim a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
Interesting.
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade.
Interesting.
If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Interesting.
No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this.
Interesting.
You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Where was this shadow mark? I don't even know what the shadow mark looks like. For the Thieves Guild. Like, I see nothing here. Ah, right there. That's the thing. And nothing new to smelt. So I don't know how much story there is in this, or how much story I really want to deal with in this, I guess is maybe a better question. Let's see. We've got some new miscellaneous things we can turn on. And so the Temple of Merak, we now know that exists. Recover the bone mold formula. But I don't think this place is gonna be that long. Let's see, abandoned building. I guess you can go in abandoned buildings all you want. perhaps I could purchase this abandoned building. And then have a house in this area that... You're supposed to have 3 plots of land for the Homestead DLC. And I seriously doubt one of the plots of land is supposed to be out here, though. I think I've just missed it in Skyrim, amongst the probably hundreds and dozens of other things I've missed in Skyrim. Here's... what was I harvesting there? Tremor root. Scatter cow. Just rope blocking off a thing. That seems kind of pointless. But whatever. So I have all the perks as far as alchemy and collecting and picking up stuff. Which means when I pick up these new items, I'm getting 2 of them. And when I make a potion, I'm gonna get 2 of those. At least it seems to work most of the time. You get 2 potions. It might be on a slight cycle. Here we've got a nin root and spiky grass. I think we've seen before. And we can talk. Seems like there's another temple or construction over there.
Here in his shrine,
Post stone.
that they have forgotten.
Here do we toil, that we might remember.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
I'm looking for someone named Merak.
Merak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Merak's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Merax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
What are these people doing?
Building something, clearly. And yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on. And I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
And when the world shall return.
Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shores.
And when the world remembers.
It's the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves.
Interesting.
We built great works there.
But that's not the Thalmor.
And Aldruil. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion. You are too young to remember the Nerevary.
And he's telling me a lot of backstory, but it's not adding map things or quest things.
The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills too.
Seems like I'm just getting a lot of...
place where silt striders can be found.
I'm getting some general list of features.
There is the big island of Ardenfell, the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Ardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself.
And how long does this go?
When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
Wow, that was a lot of stuff. And none of that had anything to do with anything other than just backstory. And so this mirror rack seems like a dead god. Let's activate the roster.
That seems inadvisable. Oh, fascinating. By touching the stone, you appear to have fallen under whatever influence is affecting the others.
The world shall see.
Ah, so you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating.
Interesting.
I would not advise touching the stone again. The effects of repeated contact could be... Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation. It could be very enlightening to observe you.
That they have forgotten.
Let's see.
Here do we toil.
Do I really want to do it again?
That we might remember.
Seems like there's a few things that way.
We reclaim what by day was stolen.
Let's see if he'll offer me any money. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not?
Far from ourselves.
That seems inadvisable. Oh. I wonder how long this effect will last. Perhaps it is permanent, as with the others.
Now, through me, do you see?
That would be a shame.
Now,
Were an interesting exception to an otherwise universal phenomenon.
Let's see. Let's do it again.
That seems inadvisable.
And when the world shall see.
So it seems like my willpower.
The ash from Red Mountain holds secrets. Secrets I mean to uncover.
So we've got like
That world will cease to be.
a mountain right there spewing
Here
out
is shrine.
ash. Let's get back into first person perspective. So we're doing a decent amount of setup here. Let's see. Clearly we have something that was built. These are carved stones, but I see no door. So that seems kind of pointless. And how are we now with the map? We have retrieved ancient Nordic pickaxe, being rather close, so we'll do that one first. Let's see, 7 manor. See, I'm not sure how much we're really going to get out of this. Asham. We'll grab a couple of these, and are we getting 2 each time we pick something up? Yes, we are. So a farm's probably a great place to get some elements. Doesn't seem like there's going to be a massive amount of new ingredients added, but clearly some. I still kind of feel like that's a mistake for them to do that, since the game and the alchemy system already had way too many elements to begin with. So into the Raven Rock mine we go. So either the mine actually has gone dry, or this Marak, this dead creature that's enforcing itself on people's minds to resurrect itself.
I said to leave me be.
Precious, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains.
Okay.
He's down here. I can feel it.
That's all I have to do then.
It's almost 2
Get
centuries
his remains.
ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
So we're right into a fight here.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
Alright, perhaps I can help.
Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
What sort of secret?
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
Interesting, some kind of magic tainted the mine?
Gratian Kyrelis. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
How did he die?
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. But I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key.
What did the letter say?
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance.
That's hardly proof
Now
of
you're
anything.
starting to sound like everyone else. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
So you need my help.
I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Okay.
The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skull in the first place. Oh, very well. Here, tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. I recognize the name, but I don't know how I know it. It sounds so familiar. It's so strange. I feel like it's from a dream. Something about the Earthstone and a shrine. That's it. That's all I can think of.
It's an interesting twist here. We're getting more of an attempt, at least, of trying to actually have an experience Poison Song. Can I take this book? I guess I can. So I have 17 lockpicks. This is an expert lock. And I suppose you could cheat this and save right before you lockpick anything. And see what happens. And what's really weird is you never can smith lockpicks at all. I have no idea where we even are, and I'm down to 8. Alright, so I'll not waste my final lockpicks there.
Why you're leading Cretius on, I'll never understand.
A bucket hanging, shovels, down we go. Take this book. Take this book. Yeah. It's gonna be a nightmare having all these books on me.
Try the lower sections of the mine. I've never been able to get that far.
Because they're gonna... It's just gonna constantly overburden me. And I don't even have that much stuff right now. Anyways, we got the pickaxe, which... Where is it? Pickaxe is the one I had. And the other one was the ancient Nordic pickaxe, which is up here. I have half a mind to keep it for myself. So down we go. And do we have this as a quest enabled? Now we do. A large empty sack. I kind of wonder how long this is going to be. Clearly this is either a place to mine, but I don't see anything to mine there, or it is a secret passage. Everything is empty and over here. And spider. Frostbite spiders. Nothing new there. This sure does look like a mine that ran dry. There are clearly points where things would be available to mine and they're not. Maybe we'll find out that there's some kind of spell, some kind of curse that's going on here, absorbing all of the mining things, or maybe an illusion and there actually is items to mine and we just don't see it. If the way it seems, that's where the story has to go. It's laying it on pretty thick and pretty obvious. Kind of like this game is for a younger audience, and I suppose if you can get past people in their the ability to steal people's clothing and put them in their underwear. If you can ignore or not be aware of all the nude mods that aren't part of the game, so that's not really a consideration as long as you don't let your kids play mods. And if you can get past the vast amount of killing and blood and torture and dark themes, I could see a 14-year-old, 12-year-old being allowed to play this. It would take up more time and not be as good as The Witcher 3, but then you don't have to deal with The Witcher 3 actual nudity in the game because of them being Swedish and having, well, they have actual sex scenes in the game too, so that's just part of the story. So I could see this getting a teen plus rating now, and yeah, I guess it's slightly more kid friendly, although on a completely different note, I don't think you could probably morally make an argument that kids should play this much video games. It's certainly subjective, but as I think about it, giving your children, even a 14-year-old, a teenager, this much time is going to probably cut severely into socializing times and leave them as and just encourage them to not have any friends or do any outside activities, or I don't even know if that's a creature. Apparently it's not. Study, sleep, you know, get a part-time job, which honestly in modern economies you need to push those kids into getting a job as soon as possible so they can work through mistakes and quit jobs and be kind of flippant about going through the experience of trying to be employed without suffering the soul-crushing problem of actually having to live off the income of a part-time job. Or like, once you're a full-on adult that has a full-time job, you can't flippantly quit and say, I don't like this. When you're a teenager, you can say, yeah, I'll work it one summer, and then when the summer's gone, I'll quit doing it. And just try different things and be more varied. Because working in retail pretty much only gives you qualifications to continue to work in retail. The joke goes around on the internet that your resume is basically a long list of jobs you probably don't want to do again. And for a lot of people, that's most definitely the case. What is with my bow? I think I may have the wrong bow equipped. Does 12 shock damage. Absorbs 20 points of health if the target dies, fills the soul gem. Does... Yeah, that's my bow. I have the wrong bow equipped. Interesting. Is this one charged? No, it isn't. Petty soul gem. Now I won't trigger this trap wherever that button is because of the perks I have. Yeah, I don't need a health absorbing attack personally. I'd rather do shock damage and do more damage on the creature. And I'm not certain I've seen anybody that will sell anything, or that I can sell anything to. So there was 2 Draugrs sitting here. One with a potion or 2 sitting in between them. This one. Take the glass arrow. We're kind of back into the exact same caves that we were in at the beginning of the game. And when you look at it from that perspective, it again feels like they shouldn't have made this DLC. I think stand-alone side stories would have worked better. It would have allowed people to move forward. I could even see importing and exporting your character to all of the games. If they came back and said, Skyrim's our big 200-hour game, because Skyrim, before there was any DLC, was a 200-hour game anyways. But 2 years from Skyrim, we're gonna do Dawnguard as a standalone thing, and you can import and export that save file back into Skyrim, the character files. So we would have to patch just certain items into the Skyrim, like if you added any alchemy things or anything like that, but mostly just your level of your character would transfer. That would work well. And then 2 years after Dawnguard has come out, if they come out with the Dragonborn DLC, that would have been fine too. Now the Dragonborn DLC specifically, I am pretty sure lets you eventually ride on a dragon, which would kind of explain why this area seems kind of small. Like, that makes a lot of sense if we're gonna be flying around the top of it. Glass arrow. I don't know why I'm really collecting them. I have 125, which I suppose is a small enough amount that there should be some concern there. I'm taking all this ebony stuff because it's worthwhile. But as it stands right now, it doesn't seem like there's too much we're really gonna do. Is this the entrance to where we were supposed to go? I don't even think it is. I think there's more to this common soul gem. More and more of this. And we got a little bit more time, so we'll continue down this path, but yeah. The fact that for the Elder Scrolls series, the newest Elder Scrolls thing that has come out is the Special Edition remaster of this game is a failure on them just keeping their product in the hearts and minds of, well, that's not a creature, of the video game playing audience. Now, that's not completely an honest statement, because they have done Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Online type things. But the last thing I think I would ever want to do is play Elder Scrolls Online, even with its updating things and trying to make it a better game, which they're still doing. I think in all reality it has no player base compared to World of Warcraft, and then when you think of it from that perspective, why in the world would you want to play World of Warcraft? Even World of Warcraft, from what I hear, is losing people who would play on it. So unless your circle of friends really is still doing that, let's see, just take a ruined book for no reason, I guess. I'm picking up a lot of garbage right now. This is probably a good point to look at what we have. Sometimes things you just can't see them. Nicked jelly. Ashen pod. Like, if I could take some of these things back to my house and put them in fertile soil, that would be amazing, but I don't think you can. In fact, a considerably small amount of items worked in fertile soil. So we have ash creep cluster. I have to eat it. Ashen grass pods. We have that now. We have boar tusk. That's new. Let's see. Next item that has been added. Emperor Parasol Moss. That's new. And see, having the ability just to eat something and discover all 4 of its abilities immediately. Human heart, we'll eat that. That isn't new. Jazzberry grapes, we're collecting those, so we don't want to do anything with them. Feels very much like something you should have at the very beginning. Necked jelly. We have all of that. That's new. It would have helped in so much. And I believe our alchemy is at 100%. Let's see, Scattercrow. So I actually have, let's see, Spawn Ash is new. I have no reason really to make potions as much as just to sell things or use them. Oh my goodness, did I just die? I just fell over. Let's see. Ash yams will restore 1 health to you. So sell all the ash yams except for 1, and potion of cure disease. Where is it? Here we are. And I'm already at 100, so the only thing we could think of is a 0.1 weight ingredient plus a 0.1 weight ingredient plus another 0.1 weight ingredient will add a 0.5 thing. So unless you find something that is 0.2 or heavier, which the human heart weighs 1 pound on itself, so using the human hearts in something would make sense, but they're rare to get. It's actually wasteful to make potions. So while I was standing in front of the potion thing, and here we've got a booby trap. I'm not sure these are particularly fair, but they are also about the only time that you have to deal with lightning damage in the entire game. Which, let's see, probably says something. I'm looking for the other people. Where are they? He's slowing down. He's slowing down. And I think with that, we're as good as done. We wasted all that time playing as a vampire and a werewolf to get achievements, but there's several achievements that weren't in the game when I first played the special edition, because I started playing it as soon as it came out, and they didn't have achievements in it. So I would have to restart the game and play all the way up to becoming a werewolf with the companions. So probably 20 hours of gameplay. There's several things that I probably won't do, like doing all 15 of the Daedric quests. I've done 10, I'd have to do 5 more. and I would have to pickpocket a lot of people, 50 people, and how many people have I pickpocketed? 7. So I'd have to go crazy with that feature and just try to steal things all the time. I have to get the bounty of 1,000 in every single major city in Skyrim. That too would be an issue. So yeah, basically I just mean I've learned my lesson, and I'm not going to try to chase achievements. I really wasn't trying to chase achievements with the Werewolf or the Vampire Lord. Anyways, I was trying to see if that gameplay element actually fits in Skyrim, and it really doesn't. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me even further, please friend and follow me on all the social media links listed down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.